my Instagram is Hey Danelle. It's Hey D period AINELLE, and my YouTube name is Hey Danelle.
Yes,
which is
your thing,
yes.
Girl. You way more consistent on YouTube than me. I'll be like, damn.
No, but I'm trying to branch out to do more things. Like, I actually have a YouTube friend who we actually plan on linking when she get down here. And I was like, I actually got a YouTube friend. Like,
that's good.
Like, we actually plan on linking. I'm trying to do the single mom vlog thing.
Girl, do it.
The vlog,
I'm not a mom, but I'll definitely
that's a lot of work.
Do it. I'll definitely support you on that. Do it. Because a lot of people
will be like, Danelle, they want to see what it's like to be in a single mom's life, like what you do on a daily basis. I'm like, do you understand? I do everything, like,
girl,
like I do everything. If my son say he want to do this, I'm doing it.
Because that y'all listen, single moms are superwomen. I always say that. When I see a single mom, even when my students' parents, I'd be like, that's a superwoman. Because not me, I'm not doing it. To get up. Get yourself dressed, get your child dressed, make sure your child ate, make sure, everything is good with your child. It's like, you literally have to be selfless. You got to put somebody before you. That's how I know I'm not ready to have kids, because I'm selfish as hell.
Something, me being an only child, it was so hard, because people don't realize for a long time, me and my son was kind of like brother and sister for a long time, because in my household, when it was my mom and grandma, they always called me Danny. For a long time, my son knew I was his mom, but he called me Danny.
Really?
Until one of my best friends, she broke him out of that by scaring the crap out of him. Like, we was at her house, and literally she was like, boy, when you get in here, you don't ever call her Danny. That's your mommy. And her husband literally was like, you let him call you that? And I said, look, it's like normal to me, because because in the house, we grew up like that, because that's what's normal. Right. Because my mom and grandma, like, he had the respect of my mom as his mom, even though he knew I was his mother. When you ask him, where's your mother? He'll instantly point to me.
Wow.
But for a respect level of a mom, that was my mom, his grandma. But a respect level for me was like a sister. Aww. Everybody tell us all the time, we, like, me and my son, like, I feel like I'm in that stage of my life where I'm trying to figure out what I want to do, as far as, like, how what you want to do for your career, but to fund your career, you got to settle to work for a little while.
Exactly.
But you trying to at least find something that you genuinely like,
and it's not what you want to do, so you got to wait.
Yes,
that's the hardest part. I don't like that.
It's just, I'm at that standstill now where I'm like, okay, I'm 26. I'll be 27 in June. What can I do?
June what?
June 29th.
June 25th.
Exactly.
Period, Cancers.
Yes. And I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just at a standstill trying to figure out, like, what can I do for a while to fund my career? I'm just stuck in that standpoint. So I have applied for school again. So I applied for a phlebotomy course.
That's good.
Because I remember I like drawing blood, and I actually like that class. And they pay well, so they could fund a career.
That's good. So that's what you want to do? Originally, you want to do phlebotomy.
Correct.
And you're doing what? Customer service now, right?
No, right now I'm doing patients. I'm in the healthcare field.
But
all I do is schedule the appointments, and I'm surrounded by negative people.
Girl, listen, I had one of those weeks too at work. I'm just like, because I'm a teacher, like, how it's set up, it's a lot of people that come into the school system and they do not care about the kids. And that bothers me so much as a teacher, because it's like, I'm trying to get these kids help that they need, get them the referral. And you can see when you're a teacher, that kids have, a disability very early on. You can tell by the way that they are versus the other kids. I don't diagnose them, but I know the signs. So when it's like somebody that, like, pretty much I got to go through to get the referral, and that person would go back and tell the parent, oh no, they're fine. And it's just like, it's so much resentment, and I don't like it. I wanted to quit teaching so bad. Listen, it was one of those weeks. I'm just like, it's so hard, because they don't know how hard it is to deal with kids inside the classroom. And then you telling the parents that it's nothing wrong, when I'm trying to tell them, hey, it's okay to get therapy. You already know how much people are about therapy. Child. Girl.
And they'll be like, my child don't need therapy. My child. And it's like, it's really nothing wrong with that.
Exactly.
We just were still in the African American community, even island community.
Yeah.
We were taught,
you're right.
If you, even Hispanic,
girl, better say it because it's true.
If you have ADHD, it's frowned upon.
Mm-hmm.
But really, all it's saying is that you have a short attention span and you're hyper.
Right, that's it.
That's all. But
girl, and Haitians are even worse, to be honest. It's a lot of Haitians that are in denial, and they make it out to be this thing. It's like, all your child needs is a little bit of therapy and they'll be fine. It's better for us to discover this now than later in life. Because when they get to public school, I heard in public school, they don't
exactly
kids anymore. How they used to do it back in the day when we were in school, like they used to separate the kids from us. Now they put all the kids together. So it's like, come on now. Your child's not ready, but it's okay. It's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly. Like, me personally, I feel I have ADD, and that's only because my attention span is so short. I do not, like, we could have a simple conversation and instantly I could go into thinking about, like, for example, a dog in the park, and it's nothing to do with the conversation. But that's just because, like, my attention span is short. But but in the family, don't say that. Don't pray that on your child.
Don't say you got depression, girl. That's the one.
Don't say you sad. What you sad over?
For real.
But that's only because we were taught, like I tell people, as slaves, we were taught we could handle anything because of that. But it's like, if our ancestors would have had the help that they could have as far as therapy, if they were able to have that,
it would be different.
It would be different. If they were able to have that, it wouldn't be frowned upon.
Right.
But as time went over, it's, oh my God, no, don't you dare say you have depression. You have no reason to be sad. You have everything that your ancestors did not have. It's like, okay, I get it. Our ancestors, you're right. I have everything that they have, but still, I'm carrying on the suppression that they went through.
Exactly.
Because
we
so still are going through it.
They don't understand it. They think we have it so easy. Yes, we have more resources than our ancestors, but we still go through a lot because we're in the middle. Like, I feel like we're the generation that's going to change it, because our parents definitely not going to therapy. We're the generation that's starting over and going to therapy and showing our kids the healthy way to go about life. Our parents, girl, you think they want to hear about therapy? Hell no.
Nope.
They don't want to hear about therapy.
Nope.
They hear therapy, they think, okay, automatically something's wrong. What's wrong with me? It's nothing wrong with me. I'm fine.
Never.
You said you wanted to go into phlebotomy, right? So
yes.
What do you want to do? Like, what's your end goal with that?
My end goal is to fund what I really want to do in life. I honestly feel like I'm meant to speak. Like, I always had this dream to be like a motivational speaker in some sense.
Oh, wow.
I always had this dream where I'm standing in front of people and I'm speaking about my past, my trauma, and somewhere out there, what I went through in life is helping somebody.
That's good.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, no,
like, my voice in my past or my present or whatever the case may be, whatever I'm going through, my voice is there to heal others.
Right.
Because every time when I speak to someone, like especially my friends, they always say, Danelle, you are such a positive person. Like, you always speaking positivity no matter what you're going through.
Girl,
like, you,
that's a gift.
And don't get me wrong, I still have my moments where I break down. I'll be like, oh my God, I gotta just cry it out. I cry, I get back up, and I have to, go about my day. But
True.
I always feel like my voice was meant to heal people in a way. I always felt that way because whenever I spoke, whenever I got the confidence to speak, my voice was there to help people. But don't get me wrong, I do know my voice can hurt as well.
Girl, hello.
I do know my voice and my words can hurt as well.
This is the thing I don't understand about cancers. We got a slick ass mouth.
Bro, I've witnessed where I let people slip, slide. They did a whole glide on me. Like they just literally, my feelings, my loyalty,
girl,
my passions, everything. And it was just like, once I had enough,
that's it.
I used my voice and my words to hurt to the point where you will look back at me and know, oh wow, I never thought I could get her to that point. And people don't realize people always have a breaking point.
Exactly.
People always have an end. It's not gonna always continue. But once you reach to that level, you cannot come back from that. Exactly. And I witnessed where I went to that and I said something that hurt somebody and they finally got it through their head like, oh, she has a breaking point.
Yeah, like I really hurt her.
I really hurt her.
It's too late. It's like I
don't think people understand that. I don't think people understand that everybody has that breaking point or everybody has that time where it's like enough is enough.
I think it's because one thing I noticed with myself, I'm very open and welcoming to people and I'm very nice.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes people take my kindness as a weakness, like, okay, she just go, but whole time I'm peeping game. Whole time I know when somebody's using me, I know when somebody's talking about me. So it's like, you feel that energy shift. You feel when somebody playing both sides. You feel when somebody doing you wrong. God will always give you insight until when somebody is not, when you're not supposed to be around somebody, when they serve their season in your life, God is always gonna let you know. But we be so hard-headed that we don't want to listen because we're trying to see,
boy,
maybe they'll be a better person. Maybe I should just give them one more chance. Let me not be mean.
This is just a moment. This is just the season of them being dumb. Maybe that's it.
We say that, and then it'd be seasons, and it'd be time passing, and it'd be so much going on, and
you'll never get it, but some people, you just have to realize, like, I tell people all the time, sometimes you want to be that person that person changed for. Like, you just be like, I already put years in, I already put 6 years in, I already put 7 years in. I'm not going to let the next woman get all the work that I done.
I understand that. But I can't do it.
The next business partner to take all what I groomed this person. But at the same time, then they'll never grow. It's sad that they can't grow with you in a partnership, in a relationship. But maybe you're that lesson to teach that person. Oh, just a person knows when they have enough.
That's true. I can't.
But why in our mind are we traumatized to keep people in our life that don't need to be?
That's a whole word.
We as women, or people in general, women, we're meant to take on everything and be able to take on everything. Why is that an excuse? Why were we built to be able to handle any situation? Like, for example, men cannot handle what they dish to us, right?
Mm-hmm.
They quick to say women are built to like handle if a man cheats, if a man lies, if a man
a woman does that to a man, he ready to go. I don't get it.
He ready to go. If you think about it, we as women was always taught we're stronger than men.
Exactly. That's so cool.
The point where I just could be a woman.
I feel like it's like that for specifically Black women. Black women are always taught that we got to be stronger, we got to hold it down. And it's just like, no, I don't want that struggle love. I don't want a guy cheating on me all the time. I don't want no baby daddy drama. I don't got time for that.
But like, you have to.
I want to spread like positive Black relationships. I want to see that so much more than all of this negative stuff. It's like, it's sick. I know like everybody loves the shade room, but the shade room is sick and they are not for Black people. Every time I like scroll past there or I go in there, it's always something negative. And in the comments, I'd be like, y'all are Black talking about Black people. I don't get it. We're the only group of people that's like so divided like that. And it's so sad to see. You don't see no Hispanic blog talking about Hispanic people like dogs like that. It's embarrassing. Are you in the dating pool? Are you dating? Or are you just like, Are you like COVID dating? Are you like...
my dating life is struggle.
Really?
Yes, my dating life is struggle because, to be honest, I just am at that stage of I don't want to settle.
Girl, period.
I'm at that stage where I know what I want, so I would not settle for less than what I deserve. And people be like, "Oh, Danelle, you know, you have to be open. You have to, you have to be open. You have to be accepting." Now,
girl, just to have a man, it's not worth it. No.
Exactly.
No.
I refuse to lose myself in another relationship. I've been there before. I would never want to go back. That's just it. So why settle for that?
So what's your ideal man? Let me ask you that, because I like to play matchmaker sometimes. So what's your ideal man? Like, what's his height? What he looking like? Or are you just like, when I see him, I don't know.
So let me just tell you, right now I'm in the stage where I'm working on, I'm praying for the man that I desire, but I'm working on trying to be that woman that he desires as well. Does that make sense?
Good. Yeah.
I can't pray for this, that, and the third if I'm not even becoming that woman as
That's
well.
So true. Period.
And I think women, they want so many things from a man, but it's like, okay, you want a man with an 800 credit score. Why your credit score in 500 or 600?
Girl, because they trying to use his credit.
Exactly. You want a man who has a savings account, who's an entrepreneur, but your savings and checking account is always going to negative. You can't pray for certain things out of a man when you're not that woman
just
that
like
can
B.
attract
Simone
that
said,
type of man.
Just like B. Simone said. And a lot of people were mad at her about her
saying that.
But I felt it. I was like, she's right. We out here asking these men to be all of these things, but are we even looking at ourselves like, am I the woman that he needs by his side?
Exactly.
Because if you listen, men with 800 credit scores, and they don't play, they about their business, they about their finances. And they have plenty of women to choose from. So it's like
I tell people, and then also this generation of dating,
girl,
toxicity is normal.
It is. Oh my God, you are so right.
Toxicity is normal.
I see why. I understand why.
I don't want toxicity.
Girl.
I don't want negativity. I don't want to wake up from looking into my relationship and all I do is get a headache.
Right.
I don't want to look at my relationship and I just feel disgusting. And I always used to see my friends and I would look at my friends like, why are you attracted to this? Like, I remember I used to be attracted to that, but why are you still attracted to it? And we 26 turning 27. Like,
you know what it is? It'd be a lot of, I feel like for me, it'd be a lot of like soul ties. Because like having sex with somebody, their soul tie is there and it's not to break. So it'd be a lot of that. It'd be a lot of soul ties. It's just like, and if they feel like that's love and that's the only love that they've been given, that's it. Mm-hmm. That's all they used to. So it's just like, if I don't know healthy love, I'm not going to be used to healthy love.
That is true as well.
And I used to healthy love. I
always feel people got a choice in the matter. For example.
That's true. They do.
In my family, I'm the youngest grandchild. I'm the youngest grandchild. My cousins, which is my grandma's other grandkids, they're in their late 40s or early 50s or late 30s. In my family, they're older now. They're like 60, 70, 80. My mom was 68. My grandma was 83. So remember that in them times, it was my husband is the provider.
Right.
The wife is home cooking and cleaning.
Right.
And if the husband got a mistress on the side, she just know not to come to the wife.
Girl.
She know her place. She knows there's a fantasy.
That's the part that gets me. They stayed through getting cheated on through 2 and 3 families. Like, what? You crazy? No.
Like, everybody knew, yes, this was his main wife. He had a family. But we also knew there was a secret child a couple of houses down. Like, that was the old school mentality.
I can't believe it.
if I know that, and I know my family is the product of that, in my mind, I would think I would want different from that.
Absolutely.
That, like I tell people, say if you have a child, and the child sees his dad being a drunk. One child becomes a drunk, one child doesn't.
Mhm.
One child say, oh, I'm not a drunk because I seen what it did to my dad. One child say, I am a drunk because I seen what it done to my dad.
Yep.
There's always a choice.
Yeah, that's true. That's so true.
Like deadbeat mothers and fathers.
Child.
They'll sit here and say, oh, I never seen my dad in my life, so I don't know what it's like to be a dad.
Right.
Okay, so you want to be the opposite, so you should make a choice to be the opposite from that. There's always a choice. No one should let their past or let what they seen hinder them.
That's
Granted, in your younger years, you won't understand it. But once you get to that age where you kind of grown and you got some common sense, at this point, I feel like you're making a decision.
Yup.
Exactly.
So, but I think some women just really love toxicity. It's like what they feed off of. Because it is. They love it.
Every time you go on social media, a woman be like, oh, if I don't get on his nerve, I don't feel like he loves me. Why would you not want to be your man peace?
Have you ever heard the saying? It's the saying when they say that they just get into arguments just so they can have sex with their man. I'd be like, why do we have to get an argument? Exactly. Why you can't just say, hey, babe, I want to have sex. Let's go. Like, we're adults. I don't get it. What is the purpose of you getting into an argument? Y'all getting mad and then y'all having sex. You want angry sex? That's what you want? Okay, just say that.
When I tell you, there's so many people that think that is normal.
It's
like
not.
So many people.
That shit, that right there, that is toxic. Hell no. Ain't no way. Like, why you can't just communicate? That's it. All you gotta do
exactly. Just communicate with me that you want some. That's all.
That's it.
I have to get on here because I love to talk and I love to talk about topics.
Yeah, I want to meet in person, but it's like it's so much with COVID, and plus this is better because look at your schedule. Like everybody be outside.
And plus, I wouldn't want to. Like I tell people all the time, I work in a doctor's office. I never want to put nobody in danger. Granted, I always get tested. I know I'm negative, but I never want to put people in danger. I'm always
completely
I'm always in my home. And my job, we had a few scares, and I was like, "Ooh, no,
trust me, my job too with the kids. Listen, we had a few scares too. It's been a bumpy ride. I feel like I've gotten more calmer with COVID though. I'm not as anxious as I was before. Before I was like, I ain't going nowhere. But now I'm like, okay, I can go out. I can have fun with my friends and stuff like that. I'm a chill.
And your boyfriend.
Period, my man. Yeah.
Do you ever like? Do people give you heat because you're with a Hispanic man? Like I never understand that.
Yes, ma'am. Listen. I don't talk about it on Instagram, but I get a lot of heat from black men. I had this guy tell me that I don't know what it's like to be with a black man, so I don't need to be talking about black man struggles, etc. I already chose the white man over him. Girl, I done had it all. I done had a lot of things from black men, a lot of like aggressiveness from black men. Because I'm with the Hispanic man. But the thing that they don't understand is that I dated black men before. Man. It's not like I'm anti-black man. I love me a sexy chocolate man, okay? I can appreciate all shades and colors.
You're the black.
Period. Of course I'm gonna choose a black man over a Hispanic. But it's just the way that Joshua treats me compared to the way black men treat me. Black men treated me like shit. I'm not gonna go.
Yeah.
They treat me like shit. They tell me I'm too high maintenance. I expect too much. Like, it's the same shit over and over again. And I don't want to keep hearing that. Who wants to keep hearing, oh, you too much? Oh, you want too much? Or you asking for too much? With him, it's never that. It's like, when he tells me, why can't you have that? Why, it's just like, it's a whole different mindset when it comes to him. And even if we say we don't make it and we break up or whatever, I would still be open to dating black men. I've never been
it's not like you're not open to that. So I don't get why. Like I always wondered that because it's like I tell people all the time. People be shocked when I say I'm interested in dating outside my race.
Girl, do
like
it.
People don't get. I love my black men. I do. I love my black men. You cannot tell me Michael B. Jordan is not fine.
Girl, that man is fine.
You cannot tell me
that man is fine.
What's that chocolate man name?
Morris Chestnut. Ooh. That man fine.
You cannot tell me they not fine. But people don't realize race has nothing to do with it.
It does
I will
not.
take a man who treats me well, who sits here and doesn't think I'm too much, who sits here and knows I'm the queen that I deserve to be treated as.
Mm-hmm.
If he was a white, Asian, whatever the case may be, as long as he treats me right, that's what
matters.
That's what matters.
People don't get it.
Like, I don't get why people get upset for that.
I've never been the type of person to be like, I've only dated light skins and Hispanic men, because I've heard girls do that. I've heard girls do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know who do that? Hispanic girls. Hispanic girls only date black men because they have mixed babies, and it drives me crazy. I'd be like, y'all over here on my case. Y'all need to be on the Hispanic ladies' case. They over here trying to have your mixed babies. They have mixed babies.
I don't care if that man is blue. If he treat me right, that's all. If people don't realize, I'm in the stage now where I'm not only dating for me, I'm dating for my son.
Exactly. That's it. I'm telling you.
The key to my heart is my child. If I don't see that you're putting effort into my child as well as myself, I cannot date you.
So you would date you're open to dating a man with kids? Or is there a limit?
The only thing is for me, I'm not sure at this point if I want more kids. I don't feel I want more kids. I feel like I'm okay with just my one. Okay. Because to be honest, I really didn't care for being pregnant. Right. First of all, I never thought I would have a child. That's number one. So
me right now, I'm like, let me think about this, because I don't know if I really want to do this.
Like I tell people all the time, I'm the best auntie in the world. My friends, I tell them all the time, if you don't drop my niece and nephew off, I'll watch them for a month and you can get them back after a month. That's it. They'll be upset, but they're going to run all over me, and that is completely fine. Right. But just not sure at this moment. My son is already a big brother on his dad's side, but I honestly don't want more kids. I would take someone who has a child and we could be one family. Like,
so what's the max kids he can have? Is it like 3?
One, two, maybe 3.
Okay, maybe 3. Okay, I get it.
Yes. But can he have at least one, the most 2 baby mamas? Like,
oh Jesus,
and they get along, like they co-parent well. Because that's the difficulty I find too in dating. Like, people be thinking, oh, Danelle, you just asking for too much. I don't feel like I am. I feel if I want a man who has a great relationship, not only with his family, but with the mother of his child, and they're co-parenting well, I am completely fine with that. Exactly. I feel if I bring the table and then another table on top of that table, then he should be able to bring equal as well. And it's not just financial, but it's also mentally, spiritually, emotionally.
You're not about to be stressing me. I don't see how Future got all these baby mamas and he just keep going, and I'm just like, how y'all let him get y'all?
Because at this point he go 40. That's all I say.
Crazy.
If you go 40, just make the babies. If you can afford it, just make them. It's okay.
Crazy.
Clearly, that's what Future is telling us. He said, if I can make the babies, it's fine.
Girl, I'm so happy Sierra got up out of there, because baby, she deserves Russell and everything and more. Because Future is the ghetto.
Exactly.
But no. So how many baby mamas he got?
I'm praying for my Russell. I'm praying
for my
Russell.
That's right, girl. I definitely think you're going to get it, because you are very persistent when it comes to what you want, and you're not just going to take anything. So
I can't. I want my son to see his mom being loved correctly. People be like, oh, Danelle, how come this, that, and the third? And I'll be like, look, I'd rather for my son to see me happy by myself before I stay in the situation just so he could see his mom and dad together.
That's so true.
And it's toxic.
That's
People
true.
got this idea like, oh, no, I have to stay in this relationship because I had a child with this person, and we need to make sure that our child sees their mom and dad together. But what if y'all toxic?
Exactly.
So what are you telling me you're teaching your child if y'all both are toxic for each other? Me and my son's father was very toxic for each other. We're each other's triggers, and that's how I know how we couldn't be together. Wow. When you get to a point that you're somebody's trigger,
girl,
like, you know how to cut that person deep.
Oof. That's it.
Y'all don't need to be together.
That's true. Let it go.
So when he got married and he had a child, no matter how he went about it, I was happy for him. He
good.
went about it dumb, but I was happy for him.
Right.
You're supposed to move on.
That's true.
Go ahead and have babies so my son could be a big brother.
That's right.
Go right ahead.
I'm glad you took the high road, because a lot of women don't do that, girl. A lot of women be beefing with their baby mama and the girlfriend, and it's just like, for what? For what?
A lot of women do that because they still haven't let go.
Mm-hmm.
I tell them, you have to let go. If a person continues to show you their true colors, and that means they don't respect you in no type of way, you got a child with that person, just take the high road. Let it go.
Girl.
Move. Co-parents. Go about your day. Business having a child that age, I tell people all the time, if I could go back, I would have went to a HBCU. I would have did the whole college thing, like got the HBCU experience or whatever. But then again, I'm grateful because by the time I'm 43, 42, my son will be 21.
Right.
So I'll be. But I tell people all the time, I would have had if I was gonna have a child, it was gonna be at 45, because technically my mom had me at 45.
No way.
Because she told me all the time.
What?
Yeah, my mom told me all the time. She was like, "I'm still living my life at 30." I said, "I don't blame you."
Wow, girl, I didn't know people was having kids that late. That might be the move for me.
That's only
like
because
my 20s,
my mom.
I'm learning. My 30s, I'm gonna be established, and then like my 40s, okay, maybe.
Yeah, like my mom told me all the time. She was like, "Janelle, I was too busy traveling, having fun." Like I was still like that in my prime. My mom thought like that, and I felt like she thought ahead more so than people her age, because she was 68 versus my uncles. They had kids very young, and they all grew up the same age. My mom was like, no, I was still living my life. My mom went to Paris. My mom did a lot of things, and she had a great career. So,
girl, I can only pray for that.
And who wouldn't want that?
That's true.
Who wouldn't want that?
People had a friend like get upset about you telling them the truth.
Definitely.
I've had that. The feeling is so bad, because it's just like, okay, you want me to be honest, but how honest do you want me to be? It's like, there is no scale for honesty. I am who I am, and I'm going to say it. Like, I'm your friend. Why do you need to lie to you and paint this picture like we're in fairy tale world? We're not, baby. This is real life.
I had a friend who got mad for you telling them the truth. I'm going to tell you, I literally had a friend where one time her boyfriend literally came to me and was like, "I'm cheating on your friend." Like,
what? Just like that?
Just like that. Like, plain as day. Well, I don't know how he even got my phone number out of her phone.
Girl.
And had a full-blown conversation with me talking about how he was cheating on my friend. I called her. I put her on hold. I said, "Put yourself on mute." Called him. I said, "So what were you saying?" He was like, "I'm cheating on your friend, and I had sex with this girl, this, that, and the third, and whatever."
What I got into him?
Well, first off, he thought for a long time I was a boy because of my name was Danny in her phone.
I know you lying.
I'm dead serious. Even when he heard my voice over the phone, he was like, that still could be a boy. But when he finally met me, he was like, "Oh, she's a girl for real." I was like, "Yes, everybody just call me Danny." But Lord and behold, I don't know how, but he got my phone number out of her phone and literally called me and was telling me everything. I had her on the phone and all. She took him back. Then after that,
I know you lying.
I'm so serious. She took him back, but then after he did the same thing, and I was like, "Yo, why are you still with him?" She was like, "Janelle, because I love him," and da da da. I was like, "Does love make you this stupid?"
Girl, okay, let me just say this. Everyone's been stupid over love. But baby, I pray that I never get that stupid.
But we was young, so I kind of understood. Like, we was young. Like, we was both young.
Okay, so you're the mature friend. That's what it is. You have a different mindset. So they didn't really see it.
Like, in middle school, he was kind of like was he in middle school? I think it was like in high school, kind of, probably. And he was out of school. And I was like, wow.
That's wild.
And I used to be like, why are you being honest with me? And it's so crazy. Every boyfriend she had was always honest with me and would tell me when they was doing something to her. And I used to be like, this is warped. This is crazy.
Maybe they thought coming from you that if you would tell her, then maybe she would break up with them, and then it didn't happen like that. So it was just like, okay.
I always thought that, but they always fought for her to be with them, so I never understood. But I used to be like, yo, I hope I never get like this. But at one point, I was dumb. So like, honestly, people don't know. For example, I tell people all the time, when you get to a certain level of your life, your friendships start to deteriorate.
Girl.
When you get to a certain point in your life, for example, you trying to get into a field of your podcast gonna make it to a certain caliber in life, right?
Yeah.
Your videos gonna make it to a certain caliber in life. If people don't have that same mindset,
yeah, they don't.
If people around you don't have that same mindset, where you think they're gonna go? They either gonna hinder you or they gonna get out of your.
That's so true.
Would be trying to hold on to let them see a better life, but if they don't see it for themselves, you can't force them to see it. So it's either they gonna come along and grow with you, or they gonna grow without you.
That's so true.
And they sometimes get to that point. I tell people all the time, like even my friends who are making it now, who are officers and they're doing stuff, who are doctors and they're doing stuff. I surround myself with rich friends because that's where I want to be in life.
Hello. Listen, I thought I was the only one. I love bougie, lavish black girls. I love it. I love women who keep themselves up, who get their nails done, get their hair done. I love to dress up and like go out with my friends. I love that. I love being the baddest looking bitch in the room. I love it. Like, if I'm not gonna do it, who else gonna do it?
Exactly.
I love it. I love to uplift my friends. I love when they look good. Like, I don't have time for that. I don't got time for that. Oh, my man told me I can't wear that. Girl, what? I have friends like past with my man told me I can't wear it. Girl, who is he? Your daddy or your man? Girl, bye.
Like, you can't tell the difference now. Like, I tell people all the time, I love surrounding myself with rich friends. I literally have friends who are in a different tax bracket than most. And they know, they know I'm not the richest. Exactly. They know I'm not the richest. But they still be like, Danelle, I see you got that rich persona. You have that rich character. You have that rich personality. And I love being around you. One of my friends, literally, he's rich. Him and his family is rich. And they have their own business. Him and his wife have a business together too. Guess what? He told me all the time, like, he be like, Danelle, I know you're not the richest, but I love who you are as a person. So that's why I surround myself with you, and I know you're gonna get there. He send me motivational things. He always support me and tell me, like, one day you gonna make it.
It's something about a wealthy person mindset that's so much different from the people that's in your tax bracket. They can't understand it. Because my boyfriend is that same way. I think that's what attracted me to him a lot, because fresh out of high school, he was already into real estate. So he already had it in his mind, by the time I get to a certain age, I need to be established. That's what attracted me to him so much, because I was like, the other guys that I'm meeting, they don't have that same mindset. They want to do, you feel me? There's nothing wrong with a 9-to-5, but that's what they want to do for the rest of their life. They don't want to grow. Yeah. They don't want to move on. They want to stay in that 9-to-5 stage. Like, I'm staying right here. Like, okay, maybe I'll be manager one day, but I'm okay with just being customer service. And no, I want to be a boss. Like, I want to own houses. I want to own businesses. I want to own acres. Like, I have such a big mindset of things. I can't be around people that's thinking small.
Like, I'm literally trying to learn something every day. I got a book on podcasts. I got a book on real estate investing. Yes. I got a book, like, even my family. I know some of my family members that's well off, because some of them might be doctors. Some of them are into real estate. And real estate, as far as they invest in one house, they refinance it, they do what they got to do and flip it.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. It's so many different aspects to to real estate. You can flip houses.
It's so many different aspects. Flip houses.
Real estate agent.
You can be a landlord.
Exactly.
You can be a real estate.
It's so much money in the world. I can't be around people that's thinking, okay, I'm gonna just stay here. This is no. I'm sorry, because baby, when I'm going on trips, I'm gonna be like, you ready to go? I need somebody that's ready to get on the jet with me. I'm gonna be Simone. I'm ready to be like, oh, you want to take a trip tomorrow? We gone. A lot of people was getting on her for how she thought, but she thinks with a wealthy mindset. And look who she dating. She dating somebody that's wealthy. Hello.
Exactly. Like, literally, one of my friends just invited me to a trip to Jamaica. Ooh. And I was like, she was like, she even knows. I tell her all the time. She be like, Danelle, even though I know you're not in that tax bracket right now, I know one day you're gonna be in that tax bracket.
Period.
And I know one day that you're gonna be able to say, oh, I made it. So it's okay. She was like, Danelle, you gonna be there. Like, if you can, you can. If you can't, but I'm gonna always invite you, and I get it.
That's sweet.
My friends.
Yeah. Girl, listen, you got the right people around you, because it's people that won't do that. They'll be like, okay, she gonna say no anyway, or she can't afford it, or something slick, and then they just go find a reason to not invite you. You got some real people around you, girl.
Because I don't like to settle for mediocrity. I don't like friendships that's gonna waste my time.
Exactly.
I cannot have friendship that wastes my time.